I want Best VR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. He's Mike Brenner. We're the odds couple. It's Week 7 in college football. Today is Thursday, October 13th. We're talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. We're going to cover a couple of big college football games here. Ohio State and Wisconsin is what we're covering right now. And Mike Brenner, on Monday, you gave already 2 picks on this one. Officially, on your permanent record, Ohio State minus 10.5. And the first half, how are you feeling about that? Wisconsin is off a bye. They're also 4-1 against the spread, as much of an obvious juggernaut as Ohio State's been. How are you feeling about your pick?
Well, what I like is that, Wisconsin gave Michigan fits. I mean,
Yes.
gave them fits,
Yeah.
and it was soon after, it was the next week when Harbaugh, literally, we don't have to talk about that, when he went off on his offense. I think Ohio State watched a hell of a lot of tape, and I know Wisconsin has an off week. They're coming off, and that does a lot of teams well. It will do them well, but they're at home. I just think coaching wins this game. I think Urban Meyer will have his players up for this like no other game, like it's the national championship game. And I think he's going to tell them, look, let's start the pace, let's own the pace, and let's set the pace right in the beginning. So I feel very good still about my first half and game. This is Urban Meyer's Ohio State.
All right, I'll tell you what, Mike Brenner, I looked into this game a little bit more right before this call. I've been crunching college football, and I'm on Wisconsin.
Okay,
I took
I'm
a
glad.
bet on Wisconsin at plus 10. How do you feel about that,
I
Mike
love it.
Brenner?
I love it when I go
Really?
head-to-head with
Really?
Pistol Pete, because I'm on top right now on the head-to-head count.
Because
Just not by much, but I'm on top.
This is. Are you sure about that in college football? I don't know.
I don't know about that
I
one.
went about 2 or 3 last week, but
Okay.
this one, look.
And you did kick ass
Yeah,
last week on your record, by the
Wisconsin
way.
is a tough place to play,
Yeah.
tough place to be a road favorite. Now, if anyone can do it,
It's
Ohio State obviously
I
is
love
that
it.
team. Let's go to Joe Duffy. Me and Mike Brenner are we're not officially head-to-head yet because I haven't given Wisconsin officially, but I did bet it on my personal account. Joe Duffy, who do you like here?
Well, look, I've got a lot of clients that go back to me before the internet, before my OffshoreInsiders.com days, and they know that I have one angle that crosses, well, actually there's a couple, but one angle that really does very well crossing every single sport, whether it's pro or college sports. It is my famed bubble burst angle. Now, there's some different versions of it, and even specifically in college football, basically the higher they go, the harder they fall. Not my classic example, but I do have a case where big home dogs offer their first loss of the season in college football, and that's with at least 3 wins, are actually a 41-21 fade. So this is a situation where I look for Wisconsin to really fall back down to earth off of a very tough loss. And I have tested it. It does not, it even applies if they are off of a bye. So the bye week isn't really a case where they heal from all their wounds. And the fact that JT Barnett is off of a bad game, but as Mike said, he is very well coached. I look for him to come back with a little more of vengeance and maybe kind of have at least a subconscious motivation to run up the score a little bit. Ohio State is the much better team, and they have Wisconsin in a situation where teams like Wisconsin usually fall flat. I expect the chalk to cover.
Wow, Joe Duffy liking Ohio State. Right now
Yeah,
the line
Fred.
is down to 10.
I didn't tell you, he's in the passenger seat of my truck, because
Yeah.
we're going to the bank, Pistol Pete.
Does that make you feel good? Or maybe it makes you feel bad. Maybe it makes you
Not at all.
nervous.
Not
How
at
do you
all.
feel?
I
You
feel
like
very
it?
good about it. I'm confident with my pick, just as Joe just delivered his with
Yeah,
confidence.
Joe. Listen, the stat that you cited is very interesting. It's just I'm wondering how that impacts teams that are both ranked in the top 10 as Wisconsin and Ohio State are. And I'm wondering, it's just Wisconsin in particular has such a strong. They can have such a strong home field advantage. And I understand the bubble burst theory, but I'm not sure that going up against Ohio State, the number 2 team in the nation, that they're not going to be able to get up for this game.
Well, go ahead, Joe, because I got something after that I want to
Yeah.
add on.
No, it's not a case where they won't be able to get up. It's a case, as I've said all along, college football is a momentum sport. In Wisconsin,
Yes.
You're right. If a lot of things go their way, they could theoretically sneak into the Final Four. But I think they realistically know that they had to run the table. They had to win the Big Ten in order to make the playoffs. So they've essentially been eliminated from any possibility of winning a national championship. So what it says is, even in their preparation for this game, they're not going to be quite as motivated because of it's the old heartbreak theory. They're kind of in a rebound, just like if a beautiful girl broke up with you, Peter Loshak.
Yeah, we don't want to bring that subject up. And Joe, I got to jump in here, guys. I got to jump in because this is where I love what I do because of this, all right? And Joe touched on the big word, momentum, and he always says it's a momentum sport in college football, all right? Had this game been played, if there was no bye week for Wisconsin, Wisconsin, guess what? Their momentum would have kept on roaring. I thought it would be a closer game then. This is a young Wisconsin team that now has a week to absorb the fact that, yeah, the playoff picture's probably out the window, and now we got another powerhouse coming in. The momentum has rested. Their momentum has literally rested. You're talking about 2 weeks, 13 days has gone by. All right, I really feel Ohio State watched enough film, and this coach will have his team ready. Guys, I look for this thing to not be pretty. I think this is not even going to be that close.
But did Ohio State really have national championship aspirations? I mean, I know they say they
do
did,
every
but,
year. It's Urban Meyer. Pete, come on.
No, I'm sorry. I meant Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
Maybe not, but I think when they got that one piece of that, I think it was their second or third win of the year.
Right.
The media built them up. The lines were, and I really
beat Michigan State.
Yeah, exactly. And a good coach will let them know, guys, you're champions, and he did. Hey, they faced a juggernaut in Michigan. All right, trust me. And Ohio State, Urban Meyer broke that film down. I guarantee you 500 times.
All right. Well, I'm going to hold off on going official on this one right now. I might give it on Friday.
Hell, you might jump in the truck with us.
Yeah, Joe Duffy made a great case and great, backing up for a play on Ohio State. And Mike Brenner, of course, is on the first half and full game. Joe Duffy, your website is offshoreinsiders.com. This is what you've been doing your whole career. Tell us a little about your website.
Yeah, I've been doing it publicly since 1989, and we already have a bunch of winners up for this weekend, depending on if you're watching this on Friday, Saturday. We have a bunch of NFL and college football winners. All the details at offshoreinsiders.com.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, gents.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.